Welcome to What's Your Problem, where we tackle math's hardest problems, and here's your teacher, Miss Shelley.
Hi there, kids. Coming to you from my house on a hot spring morning. We're going to talk about volume, one of the things we've been having the most trouble with this year. So let's take a look at what's going on over here. Reese, what are you doing?
I'm seeing how many blocks can fit in this box.
And how many blocks do you have?
5,000.
We're going to be here a while. You know what? There's a better way to do this, Reese. Instead of having to just fill that box up, let me show you a faster way to do this. Come on over here. Let's take a look. So, this is a rectangular prism. Rectangular prisms have 3 dimensions. They have a length, they have a width, and they also have a height. Height is how tall it is. So what we're going to do is we are going to just fill blocks in those 3 dimensions to figure out how many will fit in there. So we're going to start with the width. So let's count how many blocks will fit
1, 2,
the width.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Okay, so now think about it. This is 7 blocks filling 1 row. So let's see how many rows will fit in here, and that will give us a length. So we're just going to count how many it takes to go the length of the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10, 11, 12.
12. 12 blocks to fit the length. Okay, so if you remember from our area lesson, if we know a width is 7 and we know the length is 12, we can find how much will fill the bottom. And so 7 times 12 is 84. So we know that if we were to keep on stacking blocks in here, we would have 84 that fill the bottom. So now we know though that this rectangular prism is much taller than that. So what we are going to do, Reese, we're going to count now how tall the box is. So we're going to take a look. I'm going to stack them till we get to the top. That's 3, 4, 5. It will fit 5 high. So that means that the layer we set on the bottom was 84. We could fit 5 layers of 80 before we fill it up, of 84 before we fill it up. So let's go to our chalkboard to do a little calculating. We had a length of 12, a width of 7, and it was 5 blocks tall. And 12 times 7 is 84. And then we just have to multiply by how many layers? 84 times 5. I don't know about you folks, but I can't do that in my head, so I'm going to work it on the board. 5 times 4 is 20. Write the 0. Carry the 2. 5 times 8 is 40. Plus 2 is 42. That box will hold 420 of those little blocks. A far cry from Reese's 5,000. Honey, you're going to need to buy some more boxes. Now, there is another way we could have figured that out. Let's look at this other formula. Remember how we said we knew that the bottom could hold 84? The base is 84. And the H is going to stand for the number of layers of 84 we could put. And we know that it was 5 high, so the height is 5. And we already calculated 84 times 5 is 420. So we can fit 420 blocks in that box using this formula. It's the same answer, it's just a different way to look at it. So now, honeys, we got another way to do this because we don't always have blocks that we're fitting in a box. So let's take a look at our big container of water. Now, isn't that cool and sparkling water? I think that it looks very inviting. What about you? Now we are going to figure out how much water fits inside this box. So we got to get our 3 dimensions. Remember, volume needs length, width, and height. And for that, I am going to need, my measuring tape. So let's measure the length. The length is about 20. Let's get a width. Reese, come over here so you can see the width. Please be careful because you don't want to. Okay, our width is about 15. And now we need a height. So let's go to the side and figure out how tall it is. Uh-oh, technical difficulties. We dropped our phone. Thank God it didn't go in the water. Our height is about, what does this look like, 11?
11.
Okay, so let's take our measurements Gracie, over here. Erase the other ones. We're done with that one. We had a length of 20, right?
Yes.
A width of
A width of
15. And a height of
11.
11. All right, so let's do 20 times 15 first. Now there's a trick, honeys. If I didn't teach you, I'm gonna teach you right now. When you're multiplying with zeros, you can take the 0 and just forget about it for a minute and multiply 15 times 2. 15 times 2 is 30. When you're done, grab that 0 you forgot about and put it back. So 20 times 15 is 300. Now we're gonna multiply 300 times 11. Remember that trick I told you? We're gonna take those zeros, put them away for a little bit, forget about them, and now do 11 times 3. Now 11 times 3 is a fact you should know. That's 33. When you finish multiplying the 11 times 3, put those zeros back. And our volume is 3,300. We were measuring in inches, cubed. That 3, you say cubed, or you could say cubic inches. Wow. That was so much work, and boy, I'm getting hot. So I think I'm gonna go for a swim. I'm gonna put my goggles on. I don't want to get the water in my eyes. Let me take my hat off. Excuse me one moment. Let me get my earth tissue, because I can't breathe under the water. You know I'm a human. I don't have gills. This feels so good. Ooh, this feels good. Honey, woo! Let me give you a quick bonus science lesson. This water that's spilled out is because of displacement. I'm displacing some of the volume and it's pouring out over. We call it displacement. Honeys, that's your episode of What's Your Problem? I will see you next time. Bye-bye.